They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Jacksonville. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one. Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And now they'll throw with Allen sliding out of the pocket. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Moore hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A handoff left. Elliott. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one,
huh? On 3rd down, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Their boy down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're indeed going. It's Mariota looking downfield for Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Jaguars are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Koo now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll roll him out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Dumps it off to Mixon. Touchdown, Chargers. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. Allen going to go on 4th down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. Breaks the tackle now with Allen. Still fighting for more. Touchdown, Jaguars. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it 21-8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Hitting Samuel on the slant. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Mariota steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's Mariota. Forced out to his left. He'll get this to Elliott. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. A dump off to Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Flushed out right. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Mariota. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Yeah, Elliott trying to work his way forward, and it looks like he did not make it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Fourth down, Mariota. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 41, Allen. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Coup for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing, Mariota. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. To throw is Mariota. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. This goes out wide for Mixon. Touchdown! Joe Mixon, as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide that they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On play action, Allen. Flush to his right. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. 10th carry now for Elliott. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays. On play action, Mariota out to his left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Completes it to Samuel. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief. And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
it's Elliott. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Mariota on fourth down, buying time to his left. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this for both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw now. Mariota escaping the pressure right. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Chargers. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get this score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Runs over it, and he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. From the gun, they'll try to run it, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for two here. Allen will try to throw for it. Being chased out left. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Now a second down and 6. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Elliott running right. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Chargers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. Past the 20. 10. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Josh Allen keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Jags stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. They'll try and throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Elliott a 1st down and more. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a give right side. Elliott. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. A give to Elliott running left. And he'll go down at the 28. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The 1st down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give right side. Elliott.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off at some points.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ezekiel Elliott unable to punch it in. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So Allen's going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Allen off the play fake. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Hands it off out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The trouble is, it's one thing to win, it's another thing to win and put the amount of points that they did. What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.